Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone's had a good weekend. And I wanted to remind everyone to stay safe, mask up, be careful. We've got a new COVID variant out there. Yeah, I'm banging on about this, but hey, stay safe. Make sure you wear your masks and make sure you're all in good condition for a good Christmas. This week's going to be quite a long one for my part, so apologies up front for that. But stay with me. So, on to the main topic for tonight. We need your help. This week in particular, I would like to talk about subs and finances and the way forward and what's going on in the background, because it's been a while since we've had a chat along these sort of lines. I've got a huge amount written down, but I'm considering just freestyling it and being honest and open and blah, 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 blah. So, as a lot of you've probably noticed by now, numbers are down for people logging in, which is not surprising at this time of year. It's Christmas. It's been Thanksgiving for all the Americans. A lot of new games out. All sorts of stuff happens at Christmas, so we'll sort of drop off, so to be expected. But numbers are quite down in general. Subs are also, we're seeing, taking a massive nosedive, which has had a bit of a knock-on effect. And for the past couple of months, we've been below the levels that it takes to actually pay for the hardware. So we have a couple of decisions to make. We're not closing doors, we're not doing anything drastic, but I do want to make everyone aware of what's going on, because I think for the past year and a half, we haven't really had a conversation about this at all. So, in terms of things going on, subs, as you know, are a thing we have here, and instead of just donations, we try and give everybody like a bunch of perks and nice things to have, as well as just donating to keep the hardware running. As of, like I say, the past couple of months, numbers are dropping quite significantly. So we have some decisions. I think it's in December we need to renew the licenses on the servers. So they're rented at the moment year by year to keep the costs down. Obviously, the longer period you rent them, the cheaper they become. And we don't particularly want to start messing around with underpowered boxes, giving you guys less of a experience than you're already used to. I think we do things quite well here, and we'd like to stay doing that. So, first off, I wanted to talk about what we currently have. We currently have 3 servers. 2 of these are directly for games. Both of them are hosting Arc. The Arc maps are split across 2 of them. And one of them in particular has a slightly lower Arc load. That one is running Gen 2, Fjordur, and Docs, I believe. So that one also hosts 7 Days to Die, was hosting Minecraft, and is going to be hosting Rust, and any of the up-and-coming stuff will be on there. We have a 3rd server, and what that box does, it's slightly less powerful than the other 2. That holds all the database stuff that goes off in the background, so like all your Discord links, all the supporter rank stuff, all the stuff that links the cluster together, all is stored on a separate box to mitigate traffic, so that all the traffic coming and going backwards and forwards is basically for you guys connecting to the servers and actually playing the game. Each box has 2 network cards, and we have a local and an external network. The external is kept separate for you guys only, just for your playing experience, and the internal is used for all our comms traffic and making sure the servers talk to each other, the cluster, and all that sort of funky business and all that stuff. So, that said, we are going to be renewing our rental periods at the end of December, I think it is, DJ, yes? Or very close to? Okay. Cool. So we need to make some decisions. We've got the end of the month coming up, so I think it'll probably be the 2nd by the time we get round to actually doing the subs, because although they renew on the 1st, there's a really staggered gap between the UK ones going through and the American subs. We've got people all over the world, basically, so to keep all that staggered out and make sure everything's all done, we usually leave it for the 1st and we do the 2nd. So what I propose to do this month is put together a list for you guys so you can see exactly the outgoings we have, what we pay for at the moment, and how much we're currently hitting our targets to do so. So, tying into that, we need to make sure that we have enough to be able to continue on the next year. So, the first server that's going to be on the chopping block, if things don't improve, is going to be the database server. We had a brief discussion about this the other day. So, what this means for you in real terms is we would move the databases back to one of the main boxes. Could potentially have a little bit of a hit on network traffic, probably not hugely, but it's there, it's possible. A little bit more CPU usage on those boxes, and again, we try and keep all the cores for the CPUs allocated so that each map for Arc has at least 2 cores solo for itself, which is the recommendations, and the rest of the games also get the amount of cores that the developers recommend you get. We don't like sharing cores between a lot of maps, because that's when you start to get rubber banding and all the horrible stuff that we don't want to see. So first off, we'll be moving the databases back. The third box also holds our external backups. So at the moment, everything shoots across every morning about 6 o'clock in the morning. We have backups anyway on both of the boxes we host, but we keep an external copy as well, which in case of fire, disaster, anything, terrible happening to one of the boxes, we can very quickly move back and recover. None of your stuff goes missing, because obviously one of the things we don't want to do is ever turn up and go, oh, by the way, all your bases are gone and they're not coming back. So that's going to take a hit as well. We do still have local backups, but it just basically means we're going to have to use different ways of backing up. We used to use network backup. That's a lot slower, has a much more impact on the main servers and the network. A side note on that, what that mod actually does is allow us to recover gear from a player. If you go through the mesh and you lose your character as a whole, or your character goes kapoof in the cluster somewhere because you've logged off and forgot to log back on while you were essentially in the cloud, you will lose your character. So without that extra server, we do not have the ability to bring back whole characters. The other thing we do on that box as well is we do a lot of the development for the events, and yeah, the other one was indeed the character restoration. So those two things are going to take a hit. We will probably still carry on developing events and stuff, like the Christmas events we're planning, and the Halloween events are very popular, really cool. But it means they're going to be then developed on the main boxes, so that takes up space. That any new maps and stuff like that would be sort of available to be put on. So the Isle is not going to be affected. The Isle is still going to go, or the Lost Island is still going to go ahead. It's still going to go in on the 14th. But as for more stuff, we are going to be a lot more sort of conscious of what we're using and going to have to be a lot careful going forward. So what can we do about these sort of things? I mean, we know that not everybody can support. We know that not everybody has the means to. That's cool. That's not a problem. I've had quite a lot of people recently asking to make some of the things like dino coloring free. Somebody else had asked about a total overhaul server we could possibly put up. There's been quite a lot of people asking for new things, but I don't think people are quite understanding that all this stuff is very, very expensive. I think just off the top of my head, we're probably in the region of about, what, 600 plus a month? Something around something around that area, and that's not also including what we pay for licenses for Windows and the plugins, all the plugins we use for the stuff like the bag recovery and all that sort of stuff. That costs us as well. I just wanted to put any pay to people who think, we're rolling in it. We're absolutely not. We've been quite safe for a few months. We've been doing really, really well. But because of whatever happens around Christmas, I don't know, we could pick up. We've got A20 coming for 4 or 7 days. Rust is on the horizon, and we've got a new map coming. So things will pick up and people will come back. But until that happens, we are going to have to probably make a few little cutbacks, and we'll try to make those as least impactful on your play experience as we can. Yeah, so I think just be a little bit more clear with what we've got, be a bit more transparent and say, right, okay, give you guys a visual sort of thing so you can see, right, this is where we're at. If we want to grow and we want to go forward, we want to do more things, this is where we need to be. As you've probably seen as well, there are other things we're currently up to in the background as well. We've been trying to get the YouTube off the ground, Twitch, Twitter, social media. We're pushing a little bit. I've been talking to John. Some of you may know John, eventuating or the Chili Man over the past few days. He's going to be helping us out with some of the marketing and making some cool media we can put out there and hopefully grab more people's attention. But, you know, those who can't afford to pay, those who don't, or, you know, whatever your position is, some likes, some subscribes, just some subs to Twitch or Twitter or all the social medias, that also helps massively. The more support we can get on those fronts, the sort of wider range we've got to get out there and show everybody what we do here and the cool people we have and the nice atmosphere we have, that itself will bring more people in. I've already started to see people coming in and people reaching out on social media that we haven't been sort of exploiting so far. We've got like 600 people on Discord at the moment. Discord is huge for us. But if we can get even like a quarter of that out to, say, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube especially, I think the big ones I'm targeting right now would be YouTube and Twitch. Twitter would be really helpful. Just, you know, just bang us some subscribes out there, give us a few likes, and that stuff gives us more reach to reach more people, recruit more members and more people into the community from social media, places like that we haven't really been able to do so far. I think we've done fantastically considering our main sort of source of people has been Discord so far. Imagine where we can be if we can sort of multi-platform and get out there on social media and really show people who we are, what we do, and the really cool community we've got. So going forwards, please give us some likes and subscribes. I hate that phrase, but it does help. It really does, and it's going to give us a bigger reach to get more people in of the same mind. And as you've all seen over the past few months, we try and keep people of similar mindsets in here so everyone can have fun and not feel sort of threatened, or we don't get much trolling, we don't get much abuse here. We've got a really cool community, so let's use that and let's sort of reach out there and show everyone what we can do. So that's kind of my take on subs and all that sort of stuff. And as soon as we've got the subs out of the way on, say, the 2nd, I think it's going to be, we'll put some figures out there so you can all see what's going on. Moving on, we've got... Of course you can. Go for it. Excellent. We know we can always rely on you for hiding bodies. Don't worry about it. So, skimming over games, we haven't really got that much. I'd actually planned to skim it this week anyway, because I thought DJ would be just moving house and wouldn't probably be here. So, Ark, we're 2 weeks away from the new map. Keeping an eye on what Wildcard have been saying, they're definitely down for the 14th now. So, the PvE map framework is pretty much in place. I've got the server manager tab set up for that. I still need to do the plugins, but that will be done probably in the next day or two. And as soon as that thing goes live, we'll drop that and we'll have a whole new map to go. It's definitely going to be a transfer naked only. You won't be taking stuff with you. We'd like to prolong the enjoyment of the map, and it's probably quite a few people have said so far, speaking to them, they're quite excited to go in naked and sort of like just do everything from scratch and have a whole new sort of naked experience. Kind of sounds weird, but yeah, see, everyone's going to be totally naked and afraid and in the wilderness and running around like complete weirdos. I'm really looking forward to that. I shall be playing some Ark. I'm definitely looking forward to that new map. I shall be doing some recording and streaming of the new map too. Gonna switch my streaming to doing some Ark as well when that comes out, because I'm definitely ready to go over to a new map. Was also going to add at this point, but he's already said it. DJ is currently moving house, so whether he thinks it or not, he's probably going to be a lot more busy than he initially thought. So that's kind of what we've got for Ark. We're waiting on that map. It's going to happen, and as soon as we can get that in, that's going to be fantastic. 7 days. I've been putting some thought into what we're going to do to reimagine the vanilla server to kind of tide us over until A20 drops, and how I want that to move forward. I think that's in a little bit of a slump, but there's multiple ways we can jazz that up. So some cool ideas been coming forward for that. I'll let you know more on that when I've decided and made final decisions. And there will be some notes in the dojo when I'm ready, so you can all discuss it and give some feedback. Minecraft wise, all the Minecraft stuff has now been removed from the shop website, Discord commands, all that sort of stuff. I did notice we had a couple of new Minecraft guys pop in the other day. We may still have some adverts floating around out there. But if anybody is indeed asking about it, the official news now is nothing new with Minecraft is going to happen anytime soon. We need to sort of concentrate and get the 3 we've got established back on track and moving forward. Rust, we are hoping the programmer is back online now. Should be finishing the current job he's on the end of this week. So hopefully getting started on that. Hopefully, cross fingers, touch wood. Everybody who's got wood next to them, touch some wood. We can start to get moving again on that and get Rust rolling out, because I'm raring to go on that. There's some cool stuff we can get doing with that. Up until then, though, the server is up. Is due for a wipe on Thursday, because this Thursday is the forced wipe, and it's available for testing. So just hop in and have fun, see what you can build and experience the game. It's pretty cool. Then moving on again, parting notes this week. So hope it's not been too boring for everybody this week. I know I've been wittering on for quite a while, but it needed to be said, and I just wanted everybody to be aware, and they know what's going on. So we're a bit more transparent. In the meantime, you now know what's going on. We'll see where that goes. And again, likes and subscribes all over the social if you can. There's links for everything we've got, and I think they're up to date in the vault. You can find us on Twitch and YouTube. I'm specifically pushing very much on YouTube at the moment, and Twitter. So those 2 I would massively appreciate if all of you that listen to this can go out there and give us some likes, some thumbs up, whatever the current blurb is. And let's try and reach out to more people, grow the community some more, and put ourselves back in a really cool place next month or after Christmas. We are by no means over, so don't take this the wrong way. We're way more resilient than that. But I felt it was important that we communicated before we start making cutbacks, so you're all aware of what's going on, why it's going on, and everybody knows what's what. No, we are not. We are absolutely not. We are massively committed to this, and we made promises to certain members who have come from other clusters where their stuff has been torn down after 3 years of work and stuff, and we made promises that we would not do that. So we will be sort of chewing rock and spitting blood before that happens. That's absolutely not going to happen, and we've taken very, very seriously what we said there. So at the moment, it's just a little bit of infrastructure that's going to go, and the other boxes will pick up the load from that. Yes. We have what do they call them? We got the PayPal. Is it PayPal.me? We have a PayPal.me link. We very much like the subs, and the way we push the subs is because we really want to give back for what people give us. It's kind of that weird thing where we don't want to ask for money, we don't want to push it, but at the same time, it is how we fund the servers, and they are massively expensive, and between 1 or 2 of us, we can't do it. So as a community, I think with 600 people on Discord, it doesn't cost much to keep that running. In fact, we could probably expand if absolutely everybody just put a tenner aside or £3 aside. But yes, there is a PayPal.me link. People can give extra subs if they want to. You can even buy multiple subs, so you can stack an alpha, gamma, and a beta if you so want. There are also, we call them sort of multi-packs. They are multi-packs, right? Multi-passes, yes. We also do big multi-pass subs, which gives you the alphas. Like, you can have a whole alpha multi-pass which gives you alpha across all of the games that we do. They cost slightly more. There's multiple ways you can help, and like I say, for those who can't, or are on a position where they just literally would love to but can't, subs and subscribes to, especially like I say, Twitter and YouTube at the moment. Twitch I'm working on, but requires a lot more commitment. As soon as we've got A20 and as soon as we've got some new maps for Ark and stuff, I may actually be able to get a decent schedule together for that. But yeah, Twitter and YouTube would be absolutely massive if we could get loads and loads of likes and subs on that. All the videos get posted to general when they go up, and of course, the more we get, the bigger reach we've got. The bigger reach we've got, we can put ads out, and we already do put ads out every place we can every week, and we can put ourselves out there and grab more players. We get loads and loads of good feedback from you guys about how nice the community is, how friendly everybody is. We want to keep it that way. I'm quite sure, and I'm very, very positive, if we can get the word out to more and more people of exactly what we have here, then people are going to love it. It's not sort of hard to imagine, is it? There are several things that we could also use your help on. One of which is we wanted to do like a promo video for the cluster, to like get all our players in one place, record some cool little pieces of video of people running after dinosaurs or being chased on dinosaurs, flying into the camera, past the camera on dragons and birds and RGs and all that sort of stuff, and make some sort of cool promo videos for the cluster. There's loads of ways people can help and support, and let's use the amazing community we have, and get together and do something about it. It's all sort of all feet on deck, and we can do whatever the hell we want to do. We've got a massive community now, and we just need to push it a little bit further, work together, and we can be and do whatever we want. It's quite cool what we've built. Yeah, we'll continue on. We will push forward, and of course we're gonna have a really cool new year. I know we are. We've. It's nice to see Tam back. This is the thing. We've had people move on. We have people come back. I've seen people popping back in who were with us a year ago. So I know we're doing something right. And when I have so many people every single day of the week telling me that they're able to communicate better, or that they've made friends here, they'll sort of live with for the rest of their lives. It's cool to hear that you're getting on and feeling so positive about the community you have. So I want to push this to the stars and back. So as Prom would say, let's go. Right then, so the usual ending for our stream. Thank you so much. We really do love the lot of you. We have been the Wicked Ninjas, and you have all been your awesome selves. Thank you ever so much again for your support, patience, and just being you. And we love you all. And peace. Take care.